All right, we're live on Bookmap here. So still bottom wick and everything. You see, another little round back over, and still instant bottom wick. So, um, again, I don't see any reason to short any of this. Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least. Why are we all in caps? What are y'all doing? Y'all crazy. So, can't join Bookmap server. Mm. I didn't fix anything. I think it's your computer, man. Like mine, I haven't touched anything. Everything audio is fine. I think this is a little bit of a lag or something. I don't know. Yeah, nobody can join. I mean, y'all can't even hear me, so there's no way even on the stream. Nasdaq's still buying up here for those who can't hear me. A couple of bottom wicks, about to put another high in. I'm gonna have to switch back to the server. Hold on. There it is. There's the buy up. There's the buy up. Told y'all. Look at this. All bottom wicks, baby. Accumulation. Check, check, check. You hear? Check, check, check. Here. 19933. No reason to short anything. It's all accumulation to go higher. Buy up, buy up, buy up. $56.45. All right, what's up, y'all? Know what? I can't get anyone to join on Bookmap, so I'm going to jump on here for now in our server. Right now, everything's green now. Popping green. We have call buying. We have bottom wicks shifting higher, 56.42 and higher. So, did y'all see this move up? Yeah. All call buying, baby. New shorting. All longs here. All longs. Green, 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 baby. Still going. Going green. So YouTube's working for now. We'll stick with YouTube for now until we can get this straightened out with the Discord. I can't get anybody to join though, so and I guess it's just pointless to sit there and do nothing. So VIX is rounding over 1614. 56.50. Here you fine? Yeah. Good deal. 56.50 here on ES. Nasdaq is climbing higher here. Large engulfing green candles. 100-point candle there. Call buying is still very prevalent. Put selling is still pretty prevalent. All heavy. 56.50 GEX roll up, which is still a long flow here. Nice math. Well done. Calls on Amazon, on Nvidia, on Meta. Still upward flow. So again, look at the two bottom wicks at 10:15 and at 10:35. All heavy bottom wicks to shift higher. Accumulation. So now that we've cleared this area, I'd probably say NASDAQ is going to head, let's see. I'd probably say next target here on NASDAQ is going to be approximately 970 for conservatively. ES 5670. 5670. Let's see, 5646. NASDAQ is coming up 19,940. Bad news is good news again. Well, yeah. Right now we are in a strong upward flow. And an upward flow, bad news is good news is good news. Because that's how they shift liquidity. They want every opportunity to shift the market down slightly, bottom wick to accumulate inventory, and head higher. And that's what happened today. Trust me, I love taking puts. I love taking puts when it's necessary. But today, there's no opportunity, there's no signs to take any shorts or downside here. It's all upside flow. Look at this. Just absolutely blasting now. So that's the patience, baby. Patience, set your thesis, and then play the upside opportunities. And here we are just absolutely just blasting the top off. 56.50 GEX, strong call buying, all upside. All right, we're going to try switching over to Bookmap's Discord another time here. I just encourage you all to try to do the Bookmap verification if you haven't already. And if we have issues, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. But I'll stay. The YouTube should be working here just fine. So if all worst case, just jump on the YouTube. All right, 19,961 NASDAQ still going up here. I've taken my first trade of the day on all this upward activity here. 56.50. It's all about patience. Look at the move on Nvidia, on Apple, on Dow, on Russell. This is a strong upward flow across the market, the entire market-wide move. Up and up and up, baby. Up and up and up. Crazy candle. Crazy candle. Yeah, you got to do the verification here. So use the verification tab. On the Bookmap. Now, all else fails, use the YouTube. Use the YouTube channel. 56.54. NASDAQ is 19,970 and climbing here. Still going. Man, patience paid off today, baby. Look at these flows. Target 56.50 on SPX. We have 19 points now, and it's absolutely just going. All strong call buying and still accelerating, and they're increasing GEX at 56.50. But look at the accumulation. That's the big thing. We now have VPA and the option chain correlated data here. We have liquidity pool on the ladder to 56.50. So we have Bookmap, we have call flow, we have VPA all correlating upside. So this is a day where absolutely no shorts, not even looking for shorts until conditions permit it. All upside opportunity. So coming up. Coming up. There we go. If you're on Bookmap, you should be able to see my screen here too. Re-verified again today, still won't let me. I'll just hang out here. Yeah, let's see what we can figure it out. $56.54 climbing here, still green on ES and NASDAQ. Coming to 20K, that's another 23 points. So where do you enter now? This is the first initial phase up. After accumulation, this is the first breakout. So that really depends on your trading. If you want to If you want to chase and hold long and just kind of defend any downside, that's up to you. If you want to wait for a retest, that's up to you as well. But at this point, we've accumulated for an hour, so I don't know how when it's going to stop to start to retrace. Might be the best trade of my life money-wise, but reading the charts. Nice, McGurky. Beautiful. Your voice channel on Bookmap says channel locked. Yeah, you got to verify in the verification tab. So if you go in the Bookmap server and go to the very top, there's a verification channel. Click on that and verify your username. That'll get you in. So beautiful, beautiful stuff right here. Oh, I'm in tech support today. I'm juggling like 15 different things here, man. I screwed up thinking today was the big news day and bought 25 6 falls today, and at 6. Should I hold on? Already doubled. You already doubled your position. Here's the thing. If I take a position that I didn't necessarily intend to or based on something, then I'm going to go ahead and either close out, or if it happens to go my way, like I'm going to pretty much lock in my profit with a stop. So if the market hands you a golden egg like that, a freebie, you take it and you get out. First trade of the day in this market book, 70 points. Love it. So we saw 3 different things here to prepare for this upside activity. 1, multiple bottom wicks on the 5-minute and 15-minute chart on the S&P. 2, Bookmap started to roll liquidity from current location at the time of about 56.30 up into a ladder from 56.50 up to 56.65 with the CVD continuously increasing. So now we've got VPA bottom wicking with volume. We have CVD going green, so we have the aggregate buyers starting to hit the tape, and we have liquidity shift up to 56.65. And then we have the option chain showing strong call buying throughout the entire day from right out of the gate. Call buying, call buying, call buying, put selling, put selling, put selling. Which has led to my thesis to say that no shorts whatsoever today. Nothing. No puts, no shorts, no scalps, nothing. Which I don't really say that very often. And here we are, 56.53. Up and up and up. What's up, LeVar? Locked in profits. What's up, baby? Thanks for your support, man. Calling it a day. Good stuff. SMCI, beautiful. Well done. SPY, great trades. A little bit in red. Sold 95% of my spot calls for 150 and 200%. Beautiful. Beautiful. Do I use the volume footprint chart as well? I've taken a look at it before. I don't use it on a regular basis. It's not to say it's a bad tool. It's just not something I've really implemented. How to jump onto YouTube? I think you need a digital subscription for the verification. I don't know. I'm good with YouTube. Oh, you don't have to have a paid subscription to do it. So you just have to have a Bookmap verified email to do that. Look at that top wick, all the way back over. All right, some people starting to trickle into the Discord here. All the way back over. Look at that. Back inside the range. Let's go take a look. What are we seeing here? A little bit of call selling on that move, but overall, market is still buying. We have top wick here at 19978. Man, look at that. Look at that. Whew. Spicy. That stopped me out of all my calls and a profit, which is great. What's the ding in the bookmap Discord? People joining. Yeah. You can turn it off in your settings. Spicy stuff. Gosh, stop that. What a day. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I actually hadn't even touched my props. I had my props closed. Only my broker open, so I got to get my props open to take a trade. Had a blast shorting NASDAQ this month. It's great to be back to your streams. Nice. Man, look at this. They are giving it all back. Still not chasing any downside. They just filled 1,000 ice on it, too. Just like Eddie explains, it's usually hard for the insiders to absorb the downside of one candle, but as soon as we try to drop, we were bottom wicking. So that means we have aggregate buyers in the tape. As of now, yeah, we still do. Now that move all the way back over. You know, look, the volume came in and they just dumped it back over. That's now twice they've dumped things back over for me. So I'm still not chasing any downside. If we start taking out some lows, I'll consider playing any downside. But till then, I'm sitting pretty. I'm good. I'm good. Look at that, 19,852. This gave back 120 points in one candle. Are you able to trade futures after hours on Top Step? Once the market opens at settlement, yeah, you can. Man, look at that flow. Apple just dumped NVIDIA. Microsoft, look at the Dow. The Dow just gave back their entire green day in one candle. What a nutty day. Let's see. Call flow. Wow. Holy crap. Look at that move. Man, that is spicy. Highest candle of the day right here on the red. Does this not show exit liquidity in retail buyers, aka distribution? It depends where this closes. Again, we have to look at. So now, if you look on the 4-hour chart, what this candle has done, which changed literally in 90 seconds, the 4-hour chart has completely changed. This is now another peak above the 5643 peak that we did yesterday, and now an aggressive dump. That's a 30-point rollover in about 90 seconds. So if this doesn't bounce up again, then yes, it'll have the look of distribution on the 4-hour chart. So it's yet again another tested supply. So this is the thing about VPA on the shorter time frames, is that we begin to build a picture from the 5-minute, on the 15, on the 30, on the 60, and on out. So multiple time frame continuity begin to paint the picture. For me, I'm not looking for any kind of downside shorts until I can see the signs that it's coming there. So if this closes down without any kind of bottom wicks, then we'll begin to build a thesis going into tomorrow that we have some distribution here. $56.25. It's screwing with option traders now. Yeah. So being that yet tomorrow is the Jackson Hole event, which I think will be incredibly volatile, I was very glad to see the upward flow in the green action, and I was hoping that actually would pop it up to 56.50 on SPX, which we only got to 56.35, so within 15 points of that major strike, because then it would pretty much guarantee a downside day tomorrow. They would flush all the options off tomorrow, which would have been great. So them dumping over today, it lowers my confidence for a continuation move tomorrow, just because of the fact of the volatility. So, however, this is an incredibly high amount of volume here. This is the largest amount of volume we've had this week outside of the closing candle. Which is usually pretty high anyway. So, incredibly large red candles. 56.20 dropping. Apple just got absolutely destroyed. I prefer red apples over green apples anyway. There you go. All right, so let's see where they're going to shift liquidity right now. Top wick again. They've already taken out low of the day. So here's what we know about the application of the morning range. The morning high, morning low, first hour range. If they put in a high and trend up after setting the morning high, and then proceed to clear the range and put in a low, that is a 2% event. I mean, it only happens 2% or less of the time. So if it holds under this morning low, then most likely we are probably facing a volatile red movement to close. That's the only thing I'm seeing right now for this is a probability-based event here. And we'll see if the data wants to catch up to it. Right now, put buying and call selling is starting to pick up. But I'm still not really antsy to short the hole here. There's still plenty of time. Calls closed. I went to close my puts out of principal for 20% loss. I was doing the dump happen and closing for 12% green. Nice. Where can I learn about probability events? That's very interesting. If you, I've got a YouTube video on the morning range and how I apply it. I'll get the link for you here. But it's based on probabilities, and when you trend higher above the morning range after closing it, so after 10:30, and trend up. So we have a trend up morning that turns into putting in a new low of the day. That happens maybe 2% of the time. Doesn't happen very often. When you see that, that is a indication that volatility has hit, and you have to expect some pretty crazy price action. Most likely, it'll lead to lower prices into the afternoon. Thought I had another one, but oh, I know why. SPY roller exactly at the bottom of the day before the sell-off. Had it marked on my chart. There you go. Biggest job revision since the financial crisis. Yep. It's all nonsense. It's all fugazi. You're welcome, Senator. We have iceberg down here at 56.20 right here. I'm looking for a liquidity shift. That is a good deal amount of iceberg starting to hit the tape here. So again, I'm not too keen on shorting the hole here. If it starts to roll over, there's plenty of movement. So in order for me to shift that thesis lower, I need to see something. All right. Just waiting here. What's the follow-on move? That was the largest volume of the last 3 days. Yeah, it was incredibly high volume. Let's go to the 30-minute. The 30-minute looks like distribution. That's the largest 30-minute candle. That is the largest 30-minute candle since August 8th, not counting the closing candles. Let's go to the 240. And that reeks of supply. VIX still heading higher, 1667. VIX is starting to base off 1440. Here comes a little bit more red. 55.98 is current SPX price. A little bit more red again. If they clear this area, we have the overnight lows to deal with, which will be 56.1775 on ES. NASDAQ has got 784. The GEX has now wiped everything to the upside. All that GEX that was up at 56.50 is gone. It's now back to 56.05, which is where we pretty much currently are. So that's the first indication. We have a little bit of put buying increasing, but not a lot overall. So right back to 5,600. In my opinion, if this is going to go down, if we want to look for that move, we have to be able to clear 5,600 in SPX and hold under it, because that is now the call wall. They have to be able to defend that. And in my opinion, that's what they're doing here. They're defending all the intrinsic value on the 5,600 short calls they've been positioning in for the past 2 weeks, and they're trying to roll those deltas before tomorrow's event, because they know tomorrow can get silly. If we do go bullish tomorrow, which may or may not happen, that it could get silly over 5,600. So that's what this appears to be, because they're going right back to 5,600 at SPX. You're already starting to see a lot of people talking around the Twitter sphere about the VIX is starting to pop back up. What does that mean? We know what it means. Do you know what it means? $19,821. Let's see if we can catch a next trade here. Let's see if we can catch the next trade here. Tomorrow's going to be excellent. There's a seeking and destroying kind of day today. Yep, today's a very patient day. You need to carve out what you want to do and then wait. Chasing moves today is going to get you destroyed. So do not chase moves. Especially don't chase the hole. There's plenty of time when we begin to break out. It sounds like Porky Pig there. When we finally begin to break out, there'll be plenty of time. So there's no need to chase the moves. So this green move, this is the bounce retest. So if you're looking for downside here, if you are, this is the move that's going to pop up because we're going to come down, retest the morning range low, which is a fantastic place on which to base, which we did. If this fails, now you'll get a little more confidence on playing through into the overnight low. But if, like myself, I'm not interested in really shorting just yet. I've already got my one solid play in for the day. I'm just watching until I see something that really sticks out. I want to see the thesis begin to build for continuation if that's the case. Aggressive call selling to me right now would probably mean more to me than even put buying. If I could start to see them roll them deltas off the books, I could start to look for a little bit more downside here, but we haven't got that yet. I chased moves and got stopped every time. Yep, can't be chasing. Can't be chasing. What trade did you take and why? I took 5630 calls on the accumulation bottom wicks from 10:15 and to 10:30. Do you have a bookmap type order flow on options that you watch? Not like a heat map, but I do track options flow through Tradie Ticks and Spot Gamma. But up until, even with that red move, there wasn't a lot to say we were going to put on that type of a sell-off. We were still call buying, put selling, etc., etc. But the accumulation up until that point was strong. Strong call buying. We had NVIDIA starting to fly with their call buying. We had multiple bottom wicks that were immediately bought back up, which is all in signs of accumulation. And then they launched higher. NASDAQ put on, they went from 840 to 980, which is 140 points. The ES did their own move, 30, 40 points. And then it promptly dropped it all the way back over, which I didn't play the downside. Do you have to pull that up manually? Yeah, I have to log into their software, which I usually keep open from the time I sit down until log off. All I do is hit refresh when I want to check the data. Top wick. I work listening and caught my exit near the top of the green spike, all from recognizing Time to take caution from how you describe price action. Nice side gig. Love it, buddy. Glad you're able to make a little cheddar. Alrighty. Does IBKR ever miss your stops in a fast market? Sometimes. Yeah, mostly that happens when it's incredibly large volatile, but it's not something that happens often. Chopping on apple crisps. Do I have to see what it does with my stops? Nice. All right, so we have a little green here. So if this is going to fail, it'll have signs. You'll see the exhaustion pattern. You'll see top wicks with a little bit of maybe a topping volume or so. But other than that, that's what we're looking forward to round back over. So I'm tracking the data here. We still have call buying and put selling. They're just kind of rolling puts back over here. So again, I'm not looking to short the whole until I see signs of it. Right now, shaking into bacon, baby. Shaking into bacon. Yeah, it works. It works. Green back up. There you go. 56.40, we still have icebergs putting on lower here. But let's see where they're shifting liquidity. They've taken off all that ladder up to 56.60. The order flow lower. We still have this cat down here at 33, but that is about it. The only thing really telling us here is we have 4 icebergs coming on lower. We have a CVD of negative 4,000, but it was much lower. It was actually negative 5,500. I longed at 19,280, where you sold. Where would you put stops? If you longed at 820, which was a fantastic entry, I would set stops at or around 843. I would not give up 843. On down. There you go. Funny because I only take trades and OM says close my runner. I wouldn't take another trade. Heh. Nice. Done. I'm not doing that stupidity again. Good. So now here's the deal. If you've set your stops at about 843, if NASDAQ continues to climb and takes out 910, that's the next structure, that's when I would shift my stops up. So I keep my stops in place until the market proves to me that it shifts, that it clears out the next structure, and we'll use that as support. Or if you're just simply ready to get out of the trade. But that's up to you. If you're ready to get out of the trade, then you can roll your stops tight and just kind of see what happens. Have a limit for taking half profits in 19,900. Why? That's not terrible. Half profits. That's not terrible. I would probably do 910 if I was going to do that. Half is good though. I should fill the imbalance till by 908. It should, based on this movement here. They took out the first pivot there at 866, so it's just filling back up to 900. How was the interview yesterday? Yeah, it was just a. Turns out it was just a one-on-one. He wanted to do just a one-on-one interview, and then we're going to set up a public interview soon. All right, iceberg still lower at 5630. I'd assume to be right before the next resistance. No, it's good. It's good. I'm looking at take half and 900 is probably is a good thing. Maybe 908. Splitting hairs at that point. But yeah. You tell Mr. Guide he could trade circles around him. No. He's a much, much different trader than I am. He's more of an investor than he is a trader. In fact, he is not a trader. He is an investor. So the SPX 15-minute chart the past few days looks fake. It's crazy, isn't it? We've been pinned flat since Monday. With a lot of oscillations. All right. So we have icebergs down to 30 and 20. I'm growing more and more confident that they will come back down and retest those icebergs. I don't see a lot of put buying though. So I mean, it's not as I'm not really going full bore into downside positions like I did yesterday because I don't see it. It's not as strong. More than likely here is that tomorrow will be the big move. You know, I said earlier today that I did not expect a breakout or breakdown. So far, that's playing true. We had an attempted breakout, immediately got schwacked down, and we're back inside the range. So, if you were to take a strangle, would you wait till close? No. If you want to take a strangle, you would want to play as much IV pump as you could, so I would take it as early as possible. Looks like I sure have taken profits. Let's roll the stops. Roll the stops. This has given me success in the past 2 weeks in addition to all the other stuff you have taught. Nice. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, that morning range alone, if nothing else, will help you trim up entries. I thought tomorrow was just a dinner reception. No, he talks tomorrow. He begin talks tomorrow. Well, looks like the momentum has kind of shifted out here. We had the little shake and bake. We'll see what happens. We have 8 minutes left until the end of the stream and until the Euro close. But it's turning even with this big red, nobody's scared to buy it up. Well, if this is distribution, that's how they do things. Distribution is the top phase of a huge move to the upside, a trend up, that starts to shake out the tree and usually has a whole bunch of buying intertwined with a whole bunch of selling. Now, we've been stuck here for 3 days. I don't know if this is distribution yet. It's a little too early to tell. If today closes down, it'll have a pretty suspicious look of distribution, and tomorrow will confirm that. Now, after such a huge green move to the upside, there's a lot of data points that are starting to turn back to the way it looked before the big move back in late July. The USD JPY is starting to come back off the rate. The bond's starting to go back up to 99. The VIX is starting to creep back up, starting to put on those green mornings and type of things that we talked about yesterday. Yields are starting to kind of do their thing. They're shifted up and down too. So we'll see if that actually is the case. I still firmly believe that even if we do put a new all-time high in here shortly, that the huge multi-month, multi-quarter bull moves upwards, that's gone. That's no longer going to be a thing. I think it's going to be a lot of volatility shakeouts, upside, downside, shake and bake, throughout the whole kit and caboodle here until the next 2-3 months. Aside from the fact that the carry trade is still very much alive and well. Not even close, it just now started. Will the FOMC minutes move the market at all? It'll provide a little bit of volatility. It's hit or miss on determining if it's going to be a huge volatility event or not. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, but it'll provide a little bit at least. What a bunch of nonsense. A little bit of red coming back over. Still pin flat here, looking like the icebergs at 56.30, 56.20. I'm going to go to over NASDAQ. NASDAQ is printing 19,775 liquidity, so maybe that'll be a target here once we start to break. NASDAQ, NVIDIA is dead flat. We still have, let's see, a little bit of put buying hitting. GEX at 5,600. $56.33. But that may be it for the morning for me. We'll see if we can catch something this afternoon. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see. What contract is being transacted more than anything right now? $5,600 is going to be the main strike right now. The main call, or the main contract being purchased right now is the 5600s. NVIDIA is maintained a buy by HSBC, 145 from 135. Nice math. Very cool. Great trade. Uh, 100% of the time I break my rules when I lose. I got to stick to the rules. Oh, yeah. Yep. And here's a question I'll ping back to you, Maddie. If you break your rules and lose a trade, is it a failure? Did your system break down? Did you take a loss? In my opinion, no. If you trade outside the bounds of your system and you lose, your system didn't lose. You didn't learn anything. All you did is waste time and money. The only way you can actually categorize something as a failure is that if you have a systematic approach that you implement that just happens not to go right. That's a failure. But if you go outside of the rules of your system and lose money, that's not a failure. You're just wasting time and money. So how much time and money are you going to waste until you decide to learn? Mouthful of Tic Tacs. What's up? Top was where I was looking for that breakdown. Liquidity down at 19,775 here. ES still has this little down here. Other than that, pretty light stuff. Liquidity is pretty light on the book, you see. Other than these three icebergs, we still have this cat down here. 53.30's on there too, but I'm seeing that 40 this way down here. 52.50, this guy. 3,000 orders sitting at 52.50. So maybe that's for tomorrow. Do we have anything higher? I have 90 orders at 5,800. We have 300 orders at 57.12 that came on at 10.20. That's interesting. Keep an eye on that guy. Yep, 5,700. See that? 300 orders sitting at 57.15 that came on today at about 10:20. 11:20 Eastern. How can I join along every day? I heard you mention something about a Discord. Yes, sir. I do have a Discord server. We stream every single morning from market open till about 11:45 Eastern. Sometimes in the afternoon when it calls for it. So, yeah. Link should be down in the description of the video. If you wanted something to join, you have to sign up on the website and then follow the Discord over. Do you think the 11:10 candle on NASDAQ volume was a disagreement with price? Let's take a look. Which time frame? I guess 5 minutes since it's a 10 candle. No. That's a very small candle with the associated volume, so no. I think it's fine. Opinion on a quick tap at 55.80 and SPX by 1-2. I think my confidence is growing. We'll fill that lower liquidity, which is not a crazy move back down. Looking on SPX to tap 55.80. 55.80 would put us... It's not a terribly large move. That's what? 29 points down from here. Oh, man. I'll tell you this. If we hit 55.80, then it's going to be a pretty solid move lower that'll probably bring us even lower than that. If 55.80 would bring us down into the 55.60 time frame, or the price action. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Rule breaking is psychology, but we find ourselves becoming optimistic with crappy trades out of greed, and we can get pessimistic with winning trades. It's pure psychological thing. Yep. It's all psychology. How do you manage yourself? You're welcome. Yeah, me too, Dan. When I get vigilant against it, my losses feel much better. I love it. So anyway, I'm past my 10:30 mark here, so I do have to call it. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Next Wednesday, 9:30 Central Time, 10:30 Eastern Time, we'll be doing another bookmap stream. Hope y'all learned a little something. Until then, I'll see y'all. I'll see you the rest of the Discord tomorrow morning for a crazy kickoff Jackson Hole Symposium. I'm out. See ya.